By a show of comments below, how many of you all have ever been to a Costco? I was at Costco just the other day, and people were like fighting over Pokemon cards. I was able to grab a box, luckily. But anyways, that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about a particular Costco in California that had a particular customer that I call the free sample bandit. You see, this creepo, he would go around to the free sample ladies, and let's just say he would try to get a free sample. Except he wasn't trying to get a free sample of the samples, he was trying to get a sample of something else, if you know what I mean. Listen, I'm well aware that I have families watching, so I'm trying to be careful here. Hopefully you guys catch my drift. But yeah, this guy would go into Costco and he would target the sweet sample ladies who are there doing God's work, handing out free little samples of food. I mean, this is why we can't have anything good anymore in today's society, because people ruin it all. And apparently there's a guy in California that likes to go wank off on the freaking free sample ladies. It's really freaking crazy. It's nuts. And the report just came out. Apparently this guy was wreaking havoc at Costco's for a little while, and they finally brought him down I think it was a few months ago actually. But the reports and everything are just now coming out. Let's go ahead and dive into this story real quick, shall we? California man S-aid employee handing out free samples at Costco. He's the wrong kind of Costco guy. A California man who was convicted of S-ing two Costco employees, including one who was working at a free sample concession stand, is trying to appeal the court decision despite being caught on surveillance cameras, according to authorities. Timothy Scott McVillan, age 55, of Cloverdale, California, was convicted of SA, attempted indecent exposure, and resisting a peace officer in October for a disgusting display of perversity aimed at the two female employees of a Costco. I want to pause right there real quick. He was resisting a peace officer? I mean, listen, please, I need your help. What does that mean? A peace officer? Is that a police officer? Is that like a California way of saying police? Or did they send like literally what I'm thinking, like a unarmed, like, I don't know, like a social worker to this call? Because I know they do stuff like that in woke places like California. You know, you got a guy here in Costco S-ing the free sample ladies, and you're going to send like some weird unarmed woke freaking social worker to try to talk him to putting his willy back in his pants. I don't know what's going on here, but they say that he resisted a peace officer. How can you resist a peace officer? I mean, they're there for peace. You shouldn't be arresting or apprehending anyone. So how can you resist a peace officer? I don't know. You guys explain that to me down in the comments below, but let's go forward, shall we? One of the victims says that she recognized the suspect from a previous creepy encounter a week or two earlier. She says that he stopped and stared at her while she explained what type of samples she was handing out. Listen. I feel bad for people who get stuck in these type of situations. Like the innocent woman or girl or whoever she is, she's trying to hand out freaking samples of like mini pretzels and granola bars, and dudes like standing there drooling over her. And it's not like she's in some flattering outfit. She's dressed down in her Costco gear with her Costco apron. I guess some people might find that hot, but I don't know. But just let's just go forward. Lord, people, you guys got to calm down out here. All right. So apparently he was staring at her while she explained what type of samples that she was handing out. Now, while she was tending to another customer, the creepo moved closer and then moved around the sample booth and stood directly next to her. And he whispered to her, "What do you think of me?" This is getting really creepy. And she replied, "You're okay. Just trying to be friendly, not to upset him." And then, without saying a single word, the suspect grabbed her by the vajayjay, threw her clothes. Then the predator left and approached another female employee of the store, and he made a very lewd remark. He said, "They ain't no keys in my pocket." All right. We got to pause right there because I know a lot of sayings. Listen, being from the South, like you know all types of weird sayings that other people don't know. Sometimes people look at me crazy because, you just say, you got your little sayings. You guys know what I'm talking about, at least some of you. I've never heard this one before. Is this the ramblings of a creepo? Does this not mean anything? Or does this mean something? Like, is this some sort of cat call that I'm unaware of? He's walking by an attractive woman. And he says, "There ain't no keys in my pocket." I don't know what it means. But apparently it's provocative. And apparently that's some form of harassment. I don't know. It's like, yeah, I get this guy's a creepo. We know he's done some creepy things. But is this a lewd comment? I mean, I guess it is. But then again, it's like, if someone walked past me in the store tomorrow, if someone walked past me in Costco tomorrow, and they looked at me and said, "I ain't got no keys in my pocket," I wouldn't know what the hell they were talking about. But now I know. So if that ever happens to me, I'm going to backhand them right there where they stand. Because you ain't going to be making lewd comments to me at Costco. But let's go forward. So yeah, we're at the part where he says, "There ain't no keys in my pocket." Oh man, okay. So after he says, "There ain't no keys in my pocket," he starts pulling down his shorts. The employee then shouted, "Get away, get away," which prompted him to leave before she saw whether he had actually exposed himself or not. Now, when the cops arrived at the scene, the now registered offender was waiting in the checkout line and became a dead fish. He would not speak and aimlessly stared at officers. All right. So the dude grabs the freaking sample lady. After doing what he did with her, after trying to get her free samples, he went and exposed himself to another lady while saying, "Ain't no keys in my pocket," and then proceeds to go to the checkout with his groceries like he didn't do nothing wrong. And apparently he had already been at this Costco a couple of weeks ago doing the same thing. So now he's in line checking out. The police arrive, and he just freezes on the spot, doesn't say a word. And like they said, he just like, I don't know, he goes like dead fish or whatever. So this is just freaking wild. All right, so he wouldn't speak. He starts aimlessly staring. The sick pervert then went limp when officers tried to walk him out of the Costco, which forced them to drag him out of the superstore. Now, he was sentenced in November to 12 months on probation, and is required to register as an offender for 10 years. He's currently in jail on another charge. And, I mean, judging by the fact that he's in California, he'll probably be out really soon at Costco again. But, yeah, this is just one of those random stories that caught my eye because I was just at Costco. And, I mean, look at me. I love free samples. And I never, thought that, these free sample ladies are out here having to go through stuff like this. Good God. But you let me know what you think of all of this weirdness down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.